Hey there folks, TGK or James here for GameGrin.com. Now I know you're all hyped after E3 and all the new games that are set to be released over the next few months, but I'm here to tell and show you what Owen Chan or Gargontara and I got up to over the weekend as we took a train into London for the Rocket League World Championship Finals. So the event itself, RLCS Finals, the Rocket League Championship Series Finals, was held at the Copper Box Arena in the Olympic Village, Stratford, and was an absolute treat. Owen and I arrived in this awesome venue that was lit up by a 4-screen setup in the middle of the arena, hanging above the 2 rows of 3 PCs. In the center of the 2 rows was an epic trophy that was only going to be lofted by one team at the end of the 3-day event. The whole place was lit up with spotlights, huge screen panels, and looked the part, both on camera to the tens of thousands watching online and inside the arena to the thousands that bought tickets. The Rocket League event management staff did a fantastic job of making a spectacle of the small footprint the stage filled compared to the remainder of the arena. The Copper Box that played host to hockey and badminton at the London 2012 Olympics was extremely well organised from the minute you approached the arena to crowd and queue management inside. We spoke to a couple of fans outside prior to Saturday's games who said they were told the original seats they were allocated were obstructed, so were helpfully allocated different seats before everything kicked off. A credit to the exemplary planning that sometimes isn't even seen at higher profile sporting or music events. Owen and I got the chance to interview some of the big name players on the Saturday, including top-ranked North America team going into the tournament, G2, and the best team in Europe, Complexity. All the players were very humble and seemed to be more interested in the awesome venue they were playing in, let alone the opportunity to walk away with $100,000. The team that did walk away with the prize money, Team Dignitas for EU, were gracious in their back-to-back victory. They stayed cool during their post-win interview, and when asked how hard they were going to party that night, their response was clear.
We're going to get drunk.
Brilliant.
The crowd were unreal, and nobody could expect what impact they would have on transforming the event from an eSports final to the perfect advert for the entire eSports scene. All the casters, viewers online, players and pros attending were in absolute awe of the atmosphere inside the arena. There was seldom a dull moment, and it was so noticeable when there was that the casters mid-game would call us out on it, responding with another raw or hilarious chant. We had the fortune of getting front row seats, but no matter your spot, you had a perfect view of the action. Saturday was my first visit to an esports event of any kind, and whilst I'd normally think that I'd peaked too soon, being fortunate enough to witness such an awesome event, I knew that this was just the start. The Rocket League esports scene, like many other games, has come along leaps and bounds from its humble beginnings, and there is no sign of slowing it down. There's talk of esports being included in the Olympics in the near future, not just being set in the venues. And the crazy thing is that Rocket League in particular isn't even the most impressive when looking at numbers. Counter-Strike, Dota, League of Legends and Overwatch are streets ahead in terms of viewership and visitor revenues, with online events that stream to tens of thousands taking place every day. Even Fortnite, that's been completely absent from official competitive gaming, will have a $100 million, yes, $100 million prize pool for its inaugural esports year, offered by developers Epic Games. Yet going back to Olympic eligibility, IOC President Thomas Bach stated that no games that include the promotion of violence or any kind of demonstration would be included in the Olympics, so it's likely some of these games mentioned wouldn't even be considered. What I think Rocket League boasts over its esports competition is being immediately engaging and understandable to the casual viewer. Games like League of Legends require you to have a general understanding of the genre before making heads or tails of what's considered a top strat or clutch play. Rocket League has one goal, well, 2, but score the most goals and win, no matter how. Sure, players of the game will appreciate these slight nuances that split the field from pro to casual players, but everyone gets Rocket League. As a spectator this weekend, I felt wrapped in positivity from the entire crowd. There wasn't a home or away vibe, any angst between fans or players. Everyone was just there to have fun. That camaraderie is what elevates Rocket League and other esports above traditional sports in some ways. You don't have the fights, the split of fans, or the negativity. Fans support the game, not just the individual teams. I genuinely believe I will struggle to match a live sporting experience like I have at RLCS 5's finals. Sure, you could say that Owen and I may have had a somewhat disjointed view of this, but if every Rocket League LAN event was half as good as what we witnessed, then it's no wonder the viewer numbers are climbing, the big name brands like Snickers and Old Spice are taking notice, and the prize pools are getting larger. There's no sign of stopping the Rocket League or esports phenomenon. Sure, we had some luxuries that others didn't, but I can assure you that every single person that paid £35 for an entire weekend's entry, that's at least 6 hours of Rocket League action for 3 days, was screaming, laughing, and lapping up the excitement of the event just as much as us. Heck, a Premier League football game in this country could cost you double that, and it could end 0-0 after an hour and a half. If you aren't a die-hard fan of esports right now, just like I was last week, you'll get swept up in it soon enough. The scene's buzz and electricity is authentic, and the roaring crowds and crazy streaming numbers are just a part of it, and this is just the start. As a bit of a bonus, take a look at this video I shot when we were watching the final game of the entire season. It was NRG versus Dignitas, the final game of the season. The winner of this won $100,000. Tell me that crowd is not incredible. Just listen. Yes, my screaming is embarrassing, but we got wrapped up in it, and it was an awesome, awesome time. Don't forget to follow GameGrin on social media to never miss a beat. Show us your thumbs, either up or down, to tell us what you think by liking or disliking the video, and be sure to subscribe for a bunch more video game content in the future. I've been TGK for GameGrin.com, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra for now.